Hello and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol Canadian blended whiskeys, both bottled in Kentucky. Interestingly, a lot of Canadian whiskeys are bottled in Kentucky for distribution across the United States. All right, this is Harwood, introduced in 1969. It replaced a previous brand called Harwoods. All right, that was from like the 1930s to around 52. The company went out of business. They were a distillery in Vancouver, Canada, but they went kaplooey. Harwoods, it was 90.4 proof. This is an 80 proof. I think what happened was it's a pretty label, with the duck and the Canadian maple leaf duck out in the marshlands. Beautiful label. Herbie says, hi, hello to you. So I think what happened, Abel says, good morning, Ron. Been a while. Abel Nolasco. Oh, yeah, I remember you. Thanks for coming back. Hope you stay. So I think what really happened was the company went out of business. So they couldn't protect their trademark because the company didn't exist. So what Seagram's did, Seagram's said, oh, let's just watch what happens. And if that trademark goes defunct, meaning it's in public domain, we're going to jump on it. We're going to secure the trademark for Harwood, no longer Harwoods because it didn't belong to Harwood, Duncan Harwood. And then we're going to come out with a new version. And they did. In 1969, you started seeing advertisements. Harwood is back. But it wasn't really back. It was an 80 proof new product. But anyway, it's still around now. Here we are. 55 years later, it's still around. Seagram's went out of business. They sold Harwood to... Okay, so Seagram's sold Harwood along with Henry McKenna and a bunch of other brands, Henry McKenna bourbon. They sold this to Heaven Hill in 1989. So it's been a Heaven Hill brand since 1989. I don't know who makes it in Canada for Heaven Hill. Okay, so that's a mystery. It could be anybody. There's a few, not many, but there's a few big distilleries in mostly Eastern Canada. There is one in Alberta Distillers. Could be them, who knows. But Heaven Hill does own Black Velvet Distillery, so it's most likely them. But we don't know. But somebody makes it for them, and they bottle it in Kentucky. And I know of one store in Louisiana that sells it, and they only have the big plastic bottles, so that's what I've got. It was $14.99. Very inexpensive. All right. Does it have flavoring added? It doesn't seem to have it. It does not taste like there's any flavoring added. It tastes like pure grains. Corn, or if you live in India or Europe, maize, corn, rye for the spice, that menthol thing, bitey, peppery thing, and barley malt for some breadiness, I think it has that. Now here's Canadian Limited. Introduced in 1972 by Fleischmann's Distilling Company. There's a shield showing the crown, 2 crowns for the King of Canada, Charles III, who's having surgery this week, and his daughter-in-law having surgery. So there's health problems in the imperial family. But I shouldn't laugh at that. It's not funny. And there's fleur-de-lis. For the French people of Canada, there's a beaver chewing on a stick for just nature, and there's 2 lions holding up the shield. It just looks fancy. But this is a Fleischmann's bottle. If you ever find a Fleischmann's whiskey or gin or rum or brandy or vodka, it'll have the same bottle, glass or plastic. Doesn't matter, glass or plastic. It'll always be this kind of unusual looking bottle, molded glass or plastic. Check it out. You'll see. But they introduced Canadian Limited like it's special. It's a limited edition. It's only sold in every liquor store in America. Yeah, but guess what? You know what? Fleischmann's got bought out by Sazerac. So it's actually produced by or for the Sazerac company. But Sazerac does have a distillery in Canada, in Montreal. It's called Sazerac Distillery, Sazerac Canada. Still trademarked. Canadian Limited. Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. So Sazerac is, I'll give them credit. They're good about telling you if they're adding flavoring. This was free. I mean, I can get it at Walmart. It's like $15.99, $16.99. But Sandra gave this to me. Thank you, Sandra. She said, I'm never going to drink it. I don't drink anymore. You could have it. And it was a full thing. I said, oh, well, she had only one sip of it. What's the boxes behind you? Oh, those are comic books. Thousands of comic books. Over 6,000 comic books. People claim they're worth money. I don't believe it. I just bought them to read, you know. But I mean, people got these ideas in their mind, you know. Oh, it's worth money. Well, where's the yayo, you know? So Fleischmann's, yeah, pretty popular, inexpensive line of rum, brandy, gin, vodka, whiskey, and so forth. All right. And I do see them around. I see them in New Orleans, not around here, but I see them. I do see them. I live west of New Orleans, so we get a limited supply out here because we only have, we got like 40,000 people in the whole parish, which is what you would call a county if you live in Canada or other states. We don't have counties in Louisiana. We have parishes. Marvel or DC? Oh, both. It's probably 65%. No, it's probably 60% DC, 40% Marvel. Maybe 65-35. Yeah. So Canadian Limited over there. There might be, I think there is a 12-year age, very limited Canadian Limited, but try finding that. I can get that at Walmart, like I said, in the glass bottles or the handle, whatever, you know, whatever you want. It's very pale gold, so I don't think they're adding coloring. They might be, but I don't get the impression that they are. But they're adding flavoring. We know that because it says on the bottle, flavor is added. Is it a great product? Fabulous? Nah. It's okay though. I remember International Market in Metairie, Louisiana, had this size bottle for $10.99. $10.99. That was like 8 years ago. It lasted a week. They probably had 300 bottles and it was going in a week. That was a sale. But you see a sale like that, it's like you could buy the bottle or you can wait. Now, if you wait, you'll never get the bottle because it's going to go. It's gone. Gone, gone. Okay. Oh, heck. The Harwood is a little darker. I mean, where's my mind? The Harwood's a little lighter. I think the Harwood's a little lighter. Could just be paler grains, you know. Theoretically, these two could be coming from the same distillery in Canada, contracted out. I mean, that's how this stuff works. So you might be able to notice that the Fleischmann's here is a little darker. And this one's just straw, just gold straw. I don't think they're adding coloring. It might be adding color into that, but on the other hand, it's got no age statement. Got no age statement, so it might be 4 to 6 years old. For the price point, probably more like 4 than 6, right? Yeah. But yeah, I got a lot of comic books. Every Incredible Hulk, number 1, 1962 to the last issue, 2015. Fantastic Four, number 50 to the end. I didn't get the first 49. I got number 19, number 26, just because I found them haphazardly. But every Batman, every Detective Comics featuring Batman since 1968, every Superman, every Action Comics featuring Superman since 1968. Missing a few issues on the Superman, you know, the 100-page, but those are reprints. Those are old stories that they reprinted, so they're not original. It's an original cover, but it's not the actual original info. It's not original content on the inside. I should have kept them though, just because it's unique, you know. No, I mean, oh, I've got Machine Man, The Eternals, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Captain America, all the Jack Kirby editions, Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy, Commandy, The Last Boy on Earth, OMAC, One Man Army Corps. I've got Wonder Woman, 1973. Oh, every issue from 1968 to 1987 when they reformatted it. I wasn't interested in the reformat. Every issue of The Brave and the Bold, World's Finest Comics, Batman, Superman team-ups, 1968 to cancellation date, 1983. I got every DC Comics Presents Superman team-ups with different heroes and villains, mostly heroes, 1970. When did that come out? 1979, 78 to 86. I got a lot. I got a lot. All right. The Forever People, Mr. Miracle, The Demon, Machine Man, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen with Jack Kirby artwork. The New Gods. Okay, Our Fighting Forces, all the Jack Kirby issues written and drawn by him. I used to like his artwork and his weird writing style. All the Black Panthers that he did. This smells like grain alcohol. That's what it is. It smells, like sweet grain, corn, maize. If you live in Canada or India. India and Canada, both Commonwealth countries. India is a Commonwealth republic. They have their own president. Canada has King with Charles III as their king still. But all members of the Commonwealth have to recognize King Charles III as the head of the Commonwealth. Read the website. They have to publicly recognize him. They can't just say in the back room, well, okay, we'll go along with that. No, they have to make a public affirmation. They recognize him as the king of the Commonwealth. But anyway, I don't live in a Commonwealth country, but I've been to Commonwealth countries. Canada, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, another realm, King Charles III, King of the Bahamas. Been to the home kingdom, the United Kingdom, England, went there last year. Been to Gibraltar, British territory. I think I'm leaving one out. All right. This smells like grain, but it's not as sweet. So I'm thinking this doesn't have the flavor, and this must be the Harwoods. That must be the Canadian Limited. Really, I don't know. Price point same, about $14.99, maybe $16.99. But you could search around. The prices might flip flop. So basically, we're going to say they're the same price, because essentially they are. I mean, like store to store, it could change. You understand? Quality, you got to decide that. They're not top shelf, okay? They're not craft whiskey. They're not Canadian specialty whiskeys, okay? They're just basic. It's like if it was American whiskey, it would be like I don't know, Seagram's 83, Evan Williams, Green Label, maybe regular Evan Williams, Jim Beam, Carstairs. The Man Who Cares buys Carstairs. Might be like Beam 8-star. Stuff like that. Okay. Cheers, taste. That's got a strong vanilla note. And rye. It's got that rye pepper note. Maybe a little bread from the barley. It's got the grain alcohol from the corn. But it's got that vanilla. It's got to be the Canadian Limited. It has to be the Canadian Limited. Now, I don't know why Sandra bought this bottle. because I don't know what her utility was. She usually did mixes, like she might mix some iced tea with whiskey stuff and put ice in it and sip on it from a sippy cup. That's what she would do. So she probably bought it because it was probably she bought this 20 years ago, 22 years. She probably bought it because it was $9.99 at Walmart, something like that. That's then. Like I say, now it's a little bit more. I could look it up. Let's see, Walmart. What's Walmart got Canadian Limited? They always have Canadian Limited and Rich and Rare, always. Which is telling me it's selling because they don't keep stuff. You know about Walmart. If it doesn't move, it's gone. It either sells or it's out the store. They take get it out the store. Sell it for $1. They'll sell it for $1. Get it out the store. Oh, hey, $14.98. I said 15. Still cheap. $14.98. You say I want a glass bottle. I don't mess with plastic. Okay, you can get the regular glass bottle, $7.98. Pick it up. I can go pick it up today. $7.98. Oh man, that is low. Rich and Rare. Okay, so you pay $1 more, you get Rich and Rare, and you pay 50 cents more, you get Rich and Rare, the regular glass bottle. I mean, Rich and Rare is a little bit better product, probably a little higher grade, but I mean, we're talking about pennies on $1 higher. I just didn't get what was cheaper. I mean, I'm not paying $1.50 to get 10 cents better whiskey, but they're comparable. You know, if you get Rich and Rare, the gold, I'm talking about the gold label, not the reserve, the gold label or this, it's like I say, minimal difference. But extremely popular. That stuff comes off the shelf all day long. People buying it all day long, all day long, all day long. And then the truck will come in, they restock it. Now remember, at the Walmart over here, you can buy liquor off the shelf like a bag of potato chips or diced tomatoes in a can. You don't have to go and ask the person, can you pull that from behind the counter? You just put it in your shopping cart and go check out. You could tell your little 5-year-old, go get daddy the Jack Daniels, but be careful, it's heavy. It's glass. Then you might say, no, don't get that plastic one. You don't want him to drop it. Get that Canadian Limited. That's just Louisiana. I mean, I've seen children sitting at the bar in Louisiana with the daddies drinking beer. They drinking Coca-Cola at the bar, in the bar room. Okay, so Harwood is the same exact price, like literally a penny more. This is $14.99. That's $14.98. $14.99, $14.98. Penny difference, same amount. But you get a better product with Harwood. Harwood is better. I'm not dogging on Canadian Limited. Canadian Limited is fine. I like the flavor. You could tell it's got vanilla added or whatever they have in there that tastes like vanilla. I don't know what it is, but it tastes like whiskey with vanilla. But they say on the bottle with natural flavors, so vanilla extract. But I can't say that. I'd say that's what it tastes like. Yeah, it's fine. John and Ilya would say it tastes like almond extract. Yeah, I wouldn't actually dispute that. He's got Georgia beer reviews. I wouldn't dispute that, but I don't think they're gonna spend the money on almond extract for a $14.98 bottle. I don't believe that. Harwood tastes pure, no flavoring, no coloring. That's the impression I get. Now I could be totally wrong. You could say, haha, I can prove it's got flavor. Okay, well, you better prove it. Don't tell me I know a guy in the industry. That's how people have tried to prove things to me in the past. They'll tell me, you're wrong, you're wrong. I say, how you know that? I got a friend, he works in the industry. Oh, really? That's a meaningless statement. Good morning. How has the taste challenge been? It's been fine, Mr. R. And I'm going to give the last assessment here. So I give that a B. Yeah, I'll just go with a B, like 86. Canadian Limited, 86 out of 100. B, good. $14.98 a bottle. I'm talking about the big bottle, not the little, the big, what they call that, the big handle. Okay. Harwood. Yeah, it's a little more purified. What I mean is it's more corn, rye, barley malt. I don't think it's got whiskey. Not whiskey. I don't think it's got wheat in it. I don't believe they're using wheat. They might be, but I don't. It doesn't feel like it. Like the body's too thin. It doesn't have that fluffiness from the wheat, the softness. So I think it's just like probably 80% corn spirits, aged 3 years in used oak barrels. It's probably 10% rye whiskey and 10% barley malt whiskey, and they blend it together, age it for 3 years. Or they age it 3 years, then blend it together, filter it, of course, make it clear, send it to Kentucky, bottle it, sell it, and there you go. This would be more like an A, though. So we're getting B, 87, and this would be more like a 93. Now, you might say that's impossible. No cheap whiskey like that would be that good. That's not, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. There's no way that could be that good. And I would say, have you tried Harwood? No, I don't try stuff like that. Oh, so you're stunting, but you haven't really tried it, so you can't really say, but you're going to say because that's the way it works. All right, random history question. Have you done research on Tartaria? I never heard that word before. Tartaria. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. I was reading about Rhodesia. Okay, yesterday and this morning. Will Harwood be in the taste challenge next? Yeah, well, Harwood is the main thing. It's the control group. It's going up against all the other Canadian whiskeys that I own. So it's going to be in all the taste challenges till I exhaust the other Canadian whiskeys. So yeah, it's going to be Harwood versus this, that, the other thing. Already went and did Harwood versus Crown Royal. Wasn't much of a challenge there. Harwood versus the Sazerac products. I don't think it's going to be a challenge, except for the ones that are unflavored. Now the Royal Canadian was tough because there's no flavor added, so it got me mixed up. I got it wrong, but I know I'm right here, so I'm going to say Harwood. It better say M for the main. See, that's the M, the main one, the mainstay. That's the word I'm looking for. Mainstay. It is. Haha, I got it. So I got 2 wrong so far and what? 7 right, 6 right, 7 right. All right, so I think I'm going to keep getting them right. Now, when I get to that Canadian peak, the Canadian peak introduced in 1961, that could be trouble because it's not flavored and it's very similar to Harwood, and it's from my memory, from what it tastes like. But it's a lot more expensive. I mean, if you get a handle of Canadian Peak, it's going to be a big glass bottle, and it's going to be like about $24.99, not $14.99. It'd be about $24. If you're lucky, $24.99. It might be $26.99. But that's down the road. So, okay. Well, thanks for watching. So tomorrow is Fandango Friday, liquors and liqueurs. And then maybe Saturday, hopefully Saturday, we'll do another one. Harwood versus James Fox. Since 1975, 49th anniversary, James Fox. They got dozens of people around the world drink it every week. Dozens of people in the whole world drink it every week. All right, thanks, everybody.